Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode, the podcast where we help you learn real English one conversation at a time. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Benjamin. Whether you're a first-time listener or a loyal regular, we are so glad you're here with us today.
Before we dive in, how are you doing? Seriously, wherever you are right now, commuting, working out, cooking dinner, we're right there with you.
Honestly, I feel like today's topic was made for this time of year. Like, have you been looking up flights lately? Because I definitely have.
Oh my gosh, same. I was up at midnight the other night just clicking through different destinations going, could I do this? Should I do this?
Wait, did you actually book anything?
I may have put something in the cart and then panicked and closed the tab.
That is the most relatable thing you've ever said. Okay, so that actually leads perfectly into today's topic because
Right, because what's the thing that stops a lot of people from actually enjoying travel? It's not the flights, it's not even the money.
it's the language. Specifically, not knowing what to say in English when you're actually there.
And here's the thing. Today, we're breaking that down. We're talking about the most useful, most real, most practical English phrases that you actually need. Not the textbook stuff, the real stuff.
Okay, so here's a question before we start, and be honest with yourself right now. If someone at a hotel front desk said, "Your reservation seems to have an issue. Would you like me to check alternatives?" Would you freeze up? Sound familiar?
Because I think most of us would, and that's exactly why we're here.
All right, let's get into it.
Tip number 1, and this one is huge, is mastering the check-in conversation. Because the hotel or Airbnb check-in is literally the first real English conversation most travelers have, and it sets the tone for your whole trip.
And here's the kicker. Most people over-prepare for this. They memorize like 20 formal sentences, and then the real conversation is nothing like what they practiced.
Wait, seriously? Over-prepare?
Yes, because check-in is actually pretty simple if you know just 4 phrases. I have a reservation under your name. Is early check-in possible? Could I get a room away from the elevator? And my personal favorite, is breakfast included?
Of course, that's your favorite.
I stand by it. Free breakfast is a game changer. But honestly, what makes these phrases powerful is that they're open-ended. They invite the staff to help you rather than just demanding something.
Oh, absolutely. There's a huge difference between I want a quiet room and could I get a room away from the elevator? One sounds like a complaint, one sounds like a polite request. Same meaning, totally different energy.
Right. And hotel staff respond so much better to the second version. Trust me.
So true. And that actually leads perfectly into our 4th tip. Focus on connection, not perfection. We get so obsessed with finding the perfect word or using the perfect tense that we forget the entire point of language is to connect with another person.
100%. I once spent a full minute trying to remember the word inconvenience in a conversation. By the time I remembered it, the topic had completely changed and I had totally missed the other person's story. All because I was stuck on one word. I could have just said it was a bit of a hassle and the conversation would have flowed.
That's such a perfect example. It's about being a participant, not a performer. Okay, so for our final tip, let's give them something super practical they can do at home. What have you got for us?
This is a technique that actors and public speakers use, and it's called shadowing. It's simple. You listen to a native speaker and you repeat what they say in real time, trying to match their exact pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation.
I love this one. It feels a little silly at first, but it's incredibly effective. It's like building muscle memory for your mouth. You're not just learning words, you're learning the music of the language.
Exactly. You can do it with a podcast, a news report, even a scene from a movie. Just a few minutes a day helps you move past that robotic word-by-word speaking and into a much more natural flow.
All right, let's bring it home. Today's 5 big takeaways. 1, confidence comes from speaking, not before it. 2, use filler phrases to buy time. 3, reframe conversations as practice, not a test. 4, focus on connection over perfection. And 5, use the shadowing technique to improve your flow.
And the number 1 phrase I swear by is, could you take me to place, please? Super simple, but adding please and could you instead of just saying the location makes you sound confident and polite at the same time.
Okay, but wait, what about when you're lost? Because that's the real test, right?
Oh, that's a great point. So the best phrases for that are, "Excuse me, I think I'm lost. Could you point me toward landmark?" Or even simpler, "Is this the right way to place?"
And here's what I love about those phrases. They assume the best. Like, you're not panicking, you're just asking. And that confidence actually helps the other person help you better.
Exactly. And one more. If someone gives you directions and you didn't catch it, which will happen, just say, "I'm sorry, could you say that again more slowly?" Not "what?" Not silence. That one phrase keeps the whole conversation moving.
Have you ever done that? Just frozen when someone speaks too fast? Be honest.
Oh, absolutely. I once stood outside a train station in a complete daze while a very kind stranger repeated the same directions 4 times. 4 times. I still got on the wrong train.
Pentiment.
Okay, tip 3, and this is the one I want to spend a little more time on. Ordering food, because here is a wild fact. Studies on travel anxiety show that restaurant ordering is the #1 situation where people say they feel most embarrassed speaking a foreign language. #1.
Wait, more than asking for directions?
More than asking for directions, more than checking into a hotel. It's the table, the waiter, the pressure of other people sitting nearby.
And you feel like everyone's watching you.
Exactly. So let me tell you what happened to my friend Sarah. She was traveling in New York for the first time. Her English was actually pretty solid, but the moment she sat down at this restaurant, a normal, casual restaurant, nothing fancy, the waiter came over and said, "Hey, what can I get started for you?" And Sarah's mind just went completely blank.
Oh no.
Because "what can I get started for you" is not what she practiced. She practiced, "May I take your order?"
That's so real though. The gap between textbook English and actual spoken English is enormous.
So she just pointed at the menu and said, "This one, please." And it worked. But she told me afterwards she felt so embarrassed, even though she got exactly what she wanted.
Okay, I have to jump in here because that's actually a perfect lesson. "This one, please" is a totally valid phrase. You don't need a perfect sentence. Clear communication is the goal.
Yes, and if you want full phrases for ordering, "Could I get the dish, please?" or "I'll have the dish," are your two best friends. Natural, simple, correct.
And if you have dietary restrictions, "Does this contain ingredient?" or "I'm allergic to ingredient. Is that okay?" Polite, direct, and keeps you safe.
That last one is actually important. Not just polite, genuinely important for your health.
Tip 4. Shopping and bargaining. Okay, so here's a counterintuitive one. In many tourist markets around the world, not trying to negotiate is actually considered weird. The vendor expects it.
That's wild, right? Like, we're so trained to just accept the price on the tag.
So, useful phrases: "How much is this?" Classic. But also, "Is that your best price?" That phrase alone opens the negotiation without being aggressive.
Oh, I love that phrase. It's almost like a magic key.
And if the price still isn't right, "That's a little over my budget. Could you do lower price?" You're being transparent, you're being respectful, and you're giving them a number to work with.
Can you guess what usually happens when you say that? More often than not, they come down, or they meet you somewhere in the middle.
Because you made it human. You made it a conversation, not a transaction.
And if you ultimately decide not to buy, just smile and say, "I'll think about it, thank you." No guilt, no long explanation. That phrase is your graceful exit.
All right, tip 5, and this is the one I think changes everything. Asking for help. And I mean genuinely asking for help, not just going through the motions.
Here's the mindset shift I want everyone to take away today. Most travelers are afraid to ask for help because they think it makes them look incompetent. But here's the thing. Locals and service staff around the world, they respect travelers who ask clearly and politely.
Let me be real with you. The traveler who asks, "Excuse me, I'm not sure I understood correctly. Could you help me?" is not weak. That person is smart. That person is going to have a better trip than the person who wanders around guessing.
Oh, absolutely. And the phrases that work best for this: "Excuse me, could you help me with something?" Simple opener. "I'm not sure I understand. Could you explain that differently?" Gold. And "Is there someone here who speaks language?" No shame in that at all.
The big reframe here is this: fluency isn't the goal when you travel. Communication is the goal. And you can communicate beautifully with a limited vocabulary if you're confident and polite.
Right. A smile, eye contact, and "could you help me please" will take you further than a perfect grammar book.
And here's the surprising truth. Most people you meet while traveling genuinely want to help you. You just have to give them the chance.
I did not expect that to be as moving as it just was.
Neither did I, honestly.
All right, that's a wrap for today's episode. If something we said today clicked for you, screenshot it, write it down, say it out loud, make it stick.
And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We drop new episodes every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.
We really do read every single comment and message, so come say hi. Tell us what topic you want us to cover next. This show is built for you.
And if you have a friend who's been wanting to improve their English but doesn't know where to start, send them this episode right now. One share from you could genuinely change their journey.
Until next time, keep speaking, keep growing, and we'll see you right back here. Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you next episode.